Yes, I am back for a part 2 of my part 1 showing you my record collection. Now for this part, it's going to be a bit longer than the other part, which I guess is good if you're listening to longer form content. So where we left off last time was we were looking at my records, and we went through 2 artists. First was the Beatles, and second was David Bowie. And we're going to continue that trend and go along chronologically. So up next we have a newer band than the Beatles. This band is pretty famous, and they are big players in the alternative music. Mainstream, of course, I'm not a hipster, but this band I really came to love in 2019, and they were my number 1 artist last year for Spotify. So this band is Cage the Elephant with their album Melophobia. Cover art for this one is a bit interesting. Kind of an abstract melting face with some downward black and white lines. And the title right here. Underneath, kind of spaced out evenly. With white, black, 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 white lettering. And this disc is pretty unique from the others in my collection, and I'll show you why. So here we have kind of a piece of paper on a bit of a shiny material with the lyrics on the back, featuring songs such as Spiderhead, Come a Little Closer, Telescope, Is Just Forever, Take It or Leave It, Halo, Black Widow, Hypocrite, Teeth, and their popular song Cigarette Daydreams. My favorite songs on this album are probably Halo and Cigarette Daydreams. This disc, it's on just paper, which I don't care for, and I'm looking to kind of find a new vinyl covers, but this disc is on the clear black label in the back, white label in the front with the track listings. So that's kind of a unique looking vinyl disc to add to the collection. I was not expecting that when buying it, so opening up, it was a nice surprise. I'm gonna just put this back in. On the back are track listings, which we already went through, so no need to do that again. And now we're going to move on to another artist. We're going to go back over the pond, back into the UK for this next artist, famous in the 90s for Britpop. Another one of my favorites. And this is Oasis. Their song on this album are their earliest in their career. Definitely, maybe. Here we have the members of the band. Noel Gallagher, Paul Arthurs, also known as Bonehead, Gligsy, Tony McCarroll, who only drummed for the band during this time, and the man himself, Liam Gallagher. This cover is pretty iconic, especially for people in the UK who grew up with Britpop being everywhere. So this album actually is a double one, it has two. So opening it up, we have a picture of Liam, Noel, and the other band members. And then another picture of a record of their demo, Columbia, with the track listings and the credits. Some of their songs include Rock and Roll Star, Shaker Maker, Live Forever, Up in the Sky, Columbia, Sad Song, Supersonic, Bring It On Down, Cigarettes and Alcohol, Digsy's Dinner, Slide Away, Married with Children. I think my favorites on the album are Live Forever and Up in the Sky. And Slide Away too is probably one of my favorite Oasis songs. There's two discs that look the same, so I'll bring out one of them. Kind of has a off-white, almost green tint disc in the center. Disc label. So put this back. The back of this album is an alternative photo from the front where Noel is standing Liam's still on the floor. The other band members have switched positions. Track listing over here, which we already went through. Next album is, again, an Oasis album. Probably their most well-known album with the majority of their hits. And this is What's the Story, Morning Glory. My favorite album from them. And this opens up not just once, but 3 times. So I'm going to go through each side here. Right here we have a picture of the band with the track listings. Picture of them here. And on the other side is a picture of the brothers themselves, Liam and Noel. They have had a rocky relationship, to put it lightly, especially since the band broke up. People are either Team Liam or Team Noel. I'm personally neither. I think I'm more a Liam kind of girl, just because of the comeback he had recently and really kind of embracing Oasis fans and that image. It's just admirable how he could be solo and then kind of succeed so much in a solo career. Just getting his stuff together a bit more. But Noel, of course, wrote majority, probably about 90% of the Oasis catalog. So I do appreciate him in that aspect. And his first solo album I really enjoyed. So I don't knock him, even though I'm more Liam leaning. The other side, the center, shows more pictures. And this, again, gives more of the photography credits and a little blurb talking about the music and the recording process. The back I really like. Kind of echoes the front, similar to their first album. The track listings right here. My favorites from this album. And no, it's not Wonderwall. I am very sick of that song. It will always be skipped when it comes up on shuffle because it is just overplayed. That, along with Smells Like Teen Spirit, is just too overplayed. My favorite songs off this album include Some Might Say, Cast No Shadow, and Champagne Supernova. That is Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory. Next album we have, this one going from the 90s back into the late 70s, early 80s with this one. Again, a bit rougher condition. similar to the Sgt. Pepper album. And another thing I like about records too is a lot of these were gifted to me from different people. And this particular one was given to me by my brother for Christmas, which I really appreciated. And this one is probably the most iconic album cover ever in existence. It's Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. With the prism light going in, refracting, coming out. The back, basically the same, nothing too much. This opens up. Probably bet you never seen the inside of this before, with the outside being so iconic. This has track listings, song lyrics, with songs like Speak to Me, Breathe, On the Run, Time, The Great Gig in the Sky, Money, Us and Them, Any Color You Like, Brain Damage, and Eclipse. Inside. Carrying on the theme of the triangle. There. And that's about it for this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, despite this being so iconic, it's like the one I have the least to talk about. Now we're going on to another artist. This one I listened to a lot in high school. And this album cover is actually a variation. This album actually has 2 album covers. The one I have is not the controversial one, I guess. And this is the album Is This It? By The Strokes. Bunch of abstract drawings. This album has songs that I just used to listen to front to back in study hall in high school. I usually get albums that I like to listen to front to back, and this is one such album. In the center, not too much on this side for obvious reasons, but on this side you have different people that made the record happen. You have the guitarist, vocalists, all the guitars, drums, bass, the producer, manager, and guru. Again, why I like having the actual copies of albums, just the random little funny stuff you find. And a little thank you in the center from them, which is cool. The back is again this kind of artwork, something you could see in a museum maybe. And the track listing over on this side. The disc in the center is kind of a thicker one compared to most, with like a retro kind of font in the center. Songs such as Is This It? The Modern Age, Soma, Barely Legal, Someday, Alone Together, Last Night, Hard to Explain, New York City Cops, Trying Your Luck, and Take It or Leave It. I don't really have a favorite off this, just because each song has their own little sounds and melodies that I like individually of each one, but as a whole work, it's just a really nice listen. Following that is this album, which ironically came out during the pandemic, 2020. It's called The New Abnormal, also by The Strokes, and this is in like a plastic container thing that I got it in. I got this for Christmas, and it comes with a lot of stuff in here. Plastic cover here with the fonts, because the real album front isn't actually the album front. It's a piece of paper with the credits on it. And it comes with a poster of the artwork. And the artwork isn't unique to this album. The artwork actually existed before, and was actually a pretty popular artwork by an artist. If I can find the credits. Yes, the artwork is by Jean-Michel Basquiat. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm assuming he's French. I took a little bit of French, so I should pretty much pronounce this, but whatever. And it's called Bird on Money, and it was done in 1981. But this is the poster. It's a pretty big poster, so I kind of don't have anywhere to put it. If I was in college, I'd probably hang it up, but I'm not. And on the back of the poster, it's upside down, but it's an image of all the band members. And here's the actual album. Pretty simple. Orange font and orange case. And next we have another artist who is also more modern. Tame Impala. With their album Lonerism. Kind of a different texture, a bit more matte. An album I listened to so much in college while writing papers. The inside has the lyrics. With songs such as Be Above It, Endorse-toi, Apocalypse Dreams, Mind Mischief, Music to Walk Home By, Why Won't They Talk to Me, Feels Like We Only Go Backwards, Keep on Lying, Elephant, She Just Won't Believe Me, Nothing That Has Happened So Far Has Been Anything We Could Control, and Sun's Coming Up. Take out one of the discs. Each have their own colors. This one's orange with the track listings in the center of each disc. Another album I just don't really have a favorite song, and I just kind of listen to front to back. It's one that I don't need a lot of focus to listen to and can have on in the background, so that's what makes it optimal when I'm writing papers. And this last one is also another Tame Impala record, their most popular one. Another one I play in the background. And this one is Currents. Iconic artwork with the marble disrupting what looks like sound waves. The inside is just one big artwork. No lyrics like the other one. And the back is just lines. Just straight lines up and down. Kind of gets weird the more you look at it. And each cover of each record is a different color. It's like an orange yellow color, and a purple. I'm only gonna get out one. But they feature a picture on the front and back. And each record's inside here. Well, that was my record collection in its entirety. Not quite that large or expansive just yet, but it's getting there. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.